Picture this. You're standing at the boarding gate, exhausted, juggling your coffee, your boarding pass, and your carry-on suitcase. Suddenly, the gate agent says those dreaded words, "We're out of overhead bin space. Your bag will need to be checked." Just like that, everything you thought you'd have at your fingertips, your meds, your headphones, even your ID, could disappear into the belly of the plane. That's exactly why the personal item bag isn't just a backpack or a purse. It's your lifeline in the sky. Over hundreds of flights, I've learned this the hard way. From sweating through a 12-hour flight without my prescription meds to once watching someone panic because their passport was in the overhead bin that got checked in last minute. Believe me, that's not a show you want front row seats for. So today I'm going to show you the exact system I use, perfected flight after flight, to keep me comfortable, stress-free, and fully prepared no matter what chaos breaks loose at the airport. These are not random travel tips. These are the battle-tested essentials that will save your sanity, protect your trip, and make you feel like you've hacked the system. And here's the warning. Skip even one of these, and you might regret it at 35,000 feet when there's nothing you can do but sit and suffer. Number 1. The must-have travel documents and wallet essentials. Let's start with the absolute non-negotiables, the things you never gamble with. At the top of the list, your travel documents. Passport, boarding pass, visas, or any official paperwork tied to your trip. These should always live in your personal item bag, never in your carry-on. Why? Because that carry-on can vanish at the gate in seconds, and if your passport disappears with it, congratulations, you just turned your trip into an international nightmare. Next comes your wallet, but here's where most people screw up. They toss the whole bulky thing inside, stuffed with every loyalty card, gift card, and old receipts they've hoarded for years. Here's the cold truth. If your wallet gets lost or stolen mid-trip, every unnecessary card is another headache to cancel and replace. Strip it down. ID, a couple credit cards, and some cash in dollars. That's it. No Costco card, no library card, no random punch card for free coffee back home. They just weigh you down and put you at risk. And let's not forget the hidden heroes nobody talks about, travel insurance papers and emergency contact numbers. Sounds boring, right? But picture your phone dying at the worst possible moment. No contacts saved, no way to reach family. Do you honestly remember anyone's phone number by heart? I sure don't. That's why I still keep a paper backup tucked in. Old school, yes. But when tech fails, and trust me, it will, that piece of paper becomes priceless. Finally, a tiny but vital tool, a pen. You'd be shocked how many travelers sit on a plane scrambling to borrow one when customs forms roll out. Don't be that person begging strangers or hassling a flight attendant. Slip one into your bag. Cheap, light, and it instantly makes you look like the pro traveler who thought ahead. Number 2, medications, glasses, and why. Out of reach can be dangerous. Here's where things get personal, literally. Your medications. If you take anything daily, whether it's anxiety meds, blood pressure pills, or birth control, it must live in your personal item bag, not your carry-on, not your checked luggage. Why? Because when the cabin door seals shut, those pills could mean the difference between a calm, safe flight or a slow burn nightmare at 35,000 feet. And don't just pack prescriptions. Bring along a mini stash of over-the-counter lifesavers too. Tylenol for headaches, Gravol for nausea, maybe even something for allergies. Because here's the ugly truth. The flight attendants don't have a secret pharmacy tucked in the back. If your head is pounding or your stomach is revolting midair, it's on you to fix it. Now, glasses and contacts. Sounds obvious, right? Yet I've seen travelers pack them in checked bags only to realize mid-flight their eyes are dry, irritated, and useless. Imagine stumbling through a foreign airport practically blind. Not a fun way to start your trip. Keep them on you, always. And here's the one that almost everyone forgets. Emergency info. Your travel insurance details, your emergency contacts, the numbers you'd need if the worst happened. Phones die, apps crash, and Wi-Fi isn't guaranteed. Without a backup, you're stranded. I've seen seasoned travelers crumble in an emergency simply because they couldn't remember a single phone number. The bottom line? If it touches your health, your sight, or your safety, it belongs in your personal item bag. No excuses, because once you're in the air, out of reach can turn into too late. Number 3, the tech arsenal and why organization could save your sanity. Let's be real. These days, your electronics aren't just gadgets, they're survival tools. And when you're flying, organization isn't optional, it's your shield against chaos. I keep every piece of tech in one dedicated tech pouch. No loose cords tangling into oblivion, no frantic digging through your bag while the guy next to you sighs impatiently. Everything has a place, and that pouch lives in my personal item like it's a VIP. Start with the obvious, your phone. But don't just toss it in and think you're set. Make sure it's fully charged before you leave home. A dead phone mid-flight? That's like raw dogging a long-haul flight with nothing but recycled air and stale pretzels. Not fun. And don't forget the cord, plus a USB-C to USB-A adapter. Sounds tiny, sounds boring, but guess what? Airplane outlets are stuck in the past, and that little adapter can make the difference between a charged device and a useless brick. Then there's the extras most people forget, like an iPad or Kindle for entertainment, maybe even a laptop. Download your shows, books, or podcasts before you leave. Airport Wi-Fi is a trap. Slow, spotty, and guaranteed to betray you when you need it most. And here's the kicker: power banks. If you bring one, and you should, it has to stay in your personal item bag. Not your checked luggage, not even in the overhead bin. Why? Because airlines are cracking down, and more importantly, you'll want it in arm's reach when your phone gasps its last 3% battery. Finally, headphones. Don't gamble on those free, crinkly, plastic-wrapped airline ones. Bring your own. I pack both. A wired set for the in-seat entertainment system and Bluetooth earbuds for my own devices. Because nothing kills a long flight faster than being stuck with static-filled garbage audio. Or worse, silence. In the digital age, your tech arsenal is your sanity. Pack it sloppy, and you'll pay for it with boredom, frustration, and dead devices. Pack it smart, and suddenly you're the calm one, sipping water and watching Netflix while everyone else is cursing their dead phone. Number 4, bathroom and personal care. Essentials that can save you mid-flight. Let's talk about something nobody likes to think about: getting stuck in that cramped airplane seat for hours while your body rebels. This is where your bathroom and personal care kit becomes the difference between surviving the flight and suffering through it. I keep everything in a packable day bag, not just any pouch, but one that doubles as a lightweight backpack I'll use during my trip. Inside, I've got my secret weapons: a travel toothbrush and toothpaste, basic, but here's the upgrade: Colgate Wisps, tiny disposable brushes with toothpaste already built in. No water, no sink, no hassle. They're game changers. Then comes a slim folding comb, a couple of floss sticks, and makeup wipes. But here's the hack: if you don't have wipes, soak cotton pads and liquid makeup remover before your trip. Once soaked, TSA doesn't count it as a liquid anymore. That's right. You just bypassed one of the strictest airport rules with a trick so sneaky it feels illegal. Ladies, listen closely. This bag is also where you stash feminine hygiene products. Air travel and time zones can mess with your body clock in ways you don't expect. Even if you think you won't need them, toss in a tampon or pad. Because the alternative? Being stranded mid-flight without options, not worth the risk. And here's a pro move that saved me countless times: a backup outfit packed into a tiny compression cube. Why? Because spills happen. A flight attendant tips a soda, or you fumble your coffee. Suddenly you're trapped for 7 hours in sticky, stained clothes. Having a clean, comfortable outfit ready to go? That's not just comfort, it's sanity. This isn't vanity. It's survival. A few smartly packed items can take you from miserable to refreshed, even in the recycled air nightmare of economy class. Number 5, comfort hacks and the random items that change everything. Now we're stepping into the territory that separates rookies from pros. These aren't just nice-to-have extras. These are the comfort hacks that can transform a flight from pure misery into something borderline enjoyable. First up, a collapsible water bottle. Empty through security, fill it after. Easy. But here's where I level up. I also pack a wide-mouth thermos. Yeah, it takes space, but it's worth its weight in gold. I use it for ice water, hot tea, even instant oatmeal or soup mid-flight. Imagine eating a warm snack at 35,000 feet while everyone else gnaws on overpriced airport chips. That's the kind of win that makes the extra ounces worth it. Next, sanitizing wipes. Don't trust the glossy surface of your tray table or armrest. They're germ traps. Wipe everything down the second you sit. People give you side-eye? Let them. They won't be the ones dealing with a mystery rash 3 days later. Then there's the war against dry airplane air. It sucks every drop of moisture from your skin. My arsenal: an Aquaphor stick that doubles as a lip balm and face salve, a small moisturizer for my skin, and eye drops for those who suffer dry eyes. Trust me, your face will thank you when you land looking alive instead of like a shriveled raisin. Don't overlook the tiny heroes: band-aids for blisters after airport sprints, an eye mask to shut out cabin lights when you want to disappear, chewing gum for ear pressure, or better yet, earplanes plugs, which are like cheat codes for pain-free takeoff and landing. Oh, and here's one you probably didn't think of: a mini travel fan. Planes are ovens during boarding and freezers an hour later. This pocket fan has saved me from sweating through my clothes before the AC finally blasts on. And then, the dark side of travel: in-flight theft. Yes, it's real. People slip their hands into bags while you sleep. That's why I clip my personal bag zippers together. It's not Fort Knox, but it makes a thief think twice. A tiny clip could mean the difference between keeping your passport or losing it mid-flight to a stranger's sticky fingers. It's these little items, the overlooked, the underestimated, and that make all the difference. Without them, a long-haul flight feels like torture. With them, you might actually walk off the plane feeling human. Number 6, snacks. The real secret to staying sane and saving money. Let's get brutally honest. Airplane food is a gamble, airport food is a rip-off, and hunger at cruising altitude turns even the calmest traveler into a monster. That's why snacks aren't just a convenience, they're a survival strategy. Here's the golden rule: pretty much any solid food can go through security, and anything you buy after security can board with you. But don't get cocky. There are rules. No alcohol from the airport bar unless you're ready to see a flight attendant's death glare. So what do you pack? Think smart, not sloppy. Nothing smelly, nothing messy, nothing that rots at room temp. That tuna sandwich you thought was genius? It'll stink up row 22 and make enemies fast. I stick with a system: protein bars that actually fill you up, popcorn for a light crunch without the grease, gummy candy because sugar hits harder at altitude, beef jerky for protein. And here's the pro move: electrolyte packets and caffeine-free tea bags. Why tea bags? Because flight attendants can always give you hot water, but the tea they serve is usually loaded with caffeine you don't want before trying to sleep. Slip your own bag in and suddenly you've hacked the beverage cart. Sometimes I even sneak in instant oatmeal or instant soup. Pour it in that wide-mouth thermos, ask for hot water, and boom, you're eating an actual meal while everyone else pays $12 for a sad prepackaged sandwich. And yes, I always have a spoon tucked away for this exact move. One last thing: be kind. Skip the nuts if you can. Someone with an allergy on board will silently thank you, and also not risk their life because you wanted almonds at altitude. Snacks are power. They keep your wallet fat, your mood stable, and your stomach quiet. Skip them, and you'll find yourself cranky, broke, and staring longingly at the overpriced cart rolling past. Here's the truth no airline will ever admit: your personal item bag is the single most important piece of luggage you carry. Forget the flashy suitcase, forget the Instagram-worthy carry-on. If your personal bag is wrong, your entire flight is at risk. Think about it. The overhead bins? They can slam shut on your bag at the last minute. Checked luggage? Who knows if it even lands in the same city as you. But your personal item? That's the one bag you control. The one bag that stays at your feet. The one bag that can literally save your trip. Inside it is your identity, your health, your sanity, your comfort, and your survival. It's your passport when security grills you, your meds when your body betrays you, your tech when boredom creeps in, and your snacks when hunger strikes. It's not just a bag, it's your safety net, your armor against everything that can and will go wrong during air travel. So pack it like your trip depends on it, because it does. Assume your carry-on will get checked. Assume your flight will be delayed. Assume something will spill, your phone will die, or the universe will throw chaos your way. If you've packed this bag right, you'll shrug it off. If you haven't, well, let's just say you'll spend those hours at 35,000 feet wishing you had listened. So the next time you're headed to the airport, don't just throw things into your personal bag. Build it like a survival kit. Think ahead. Pack smart. Protect yourself. Because in the air, it's not just about getting there. It's about arriving with your sanity intact. And if you want more ways to beat the system and fly smarter than everyone else, make sure you hit subscribe, drop your own must-pack item in the comments, and check out the next video I've linked, packed with genius hacks to make even economy feel like first class. Safe travels, and trust me, you'll thank yourself later.